It's not like I go to bed every night being like, that was a great day, or I wake up in the morning like, it's gonna be a great day. It's like, all right, we'll just, it feels cool. It
Does
feels
anybody?
I mean, creativity is ultimately frustrating. Right?
Yeah.
Do you ever wake up with, this is a great day? Anyone? See, you're not alone.
Does everyone sound good in there?
I'm a little loud.
You're loud?
Check.
Do I have control over that right here in this
No,
panel?
You do
absolutely
not.
Everything that you have over there is for looks only.
Looks, yeah.
No function. You're like a kid we gave an extra steering wheel to. And you're like, oh, you can drive.
But it has the red lights lit up and everything.
I know. We made it look
There's
real
buttons
good
that I could turn. Oh,
Yeah. Hey, do you think you were going to make it to 85, Tom?
I didn't think I was going to make it to 30, so who knows? I don't think we as a species are going to make it till I'm 85. So no. What? You know, does anybody disagree with that statement?
I think I might. Yeah. I think I might disagree with that.
Really?
Yeah. I think we make. You're like 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only 35 more years. You think Earth ain't going to make 35 more years?
No.
Humans aren't going to make 35 more years.
No, we got it. We definitely got it. Yeah, we got it. We got it.
He's a fan of a team who's they're behind in the series, and he's like, "We got it. We're gonna win."
What gives you that confidence?
We're gonna take Game 5 at home.
That all of science is wrong. What gives you the confidence?
So, like, what are the odds right now? Like, if we betting favorites
What are the odds?
for Earth survival?
Over under 35 and a half years.
I think that's being optimistic. I don't want to sound pessimistic, but that's being optimistic.
Also, it's pretty cool you think you're special enough to be there for the end of it.
It does. It's very. I don't know what that thing is. I was probably narcissist. I don't know what it is, but I get it. That my psychology of thinking, of knowing that that's ending for me makes me project that into my thoughts about the world around me. But I didn't want to think that. The science fucked me on that.
Maybe it's you wrestling with your mortality.
No.
It's like, I'm not going alone. Everybody's going.
No.
Wait, so is there really science behind this? Like,
Yes.
Shut the no. Put a disclaimer on the screen that anytime Tom's like, "Yes, there's science," we're not positive on that.
Except, have you guys not paid any attention to like the UN being like, this is the like red alert kind of if we don't do something right now?
No, I have not paid any attention.
Well, it's been going on for 30 years, and that's why people are like, it's 30 years of them saying doomsday. No, they've said what's happening.
All
the
they gotta
stuff
do
that's
is be right
happening now,
once.
The fires, the temperature raising, the Arctic melting, the being on fire these are real things and the cumulative effect is total destruction of life on the planet. We can't survive. Life can't survive over. I guess it has through time of life, through the planet, but it can't make it over like 3 degrees Celsius. 2 degrees Celsius is the threshold that they're saying. It could be. It's going to go even higher because once it gets a certain level of heat, there's no turning it around. There's no more Arctic to reflect the sun back into the atmosphere. It just gets hotter and hotter and hotter, and we can't adapt fast enough.
Can we build like a technology, like a system, like a cooling system?
Yeah, sure. I hope I'm wrong. So that's what I mean, and I have been about a lot of things in my life. So that's what I'm counting on. That's what I think to be true. The names on this panel all have have a lot of uniqueness to them.
Well, you got to start with something when the
Yes.
person running it is Tom.
So that's right. Zach, I don't know you. We met, but I know you as much as I know everyone, really, which is not at all.
Yeah, that's good.
So-
We met when I was just starting out because I've been doing improv for about 2.5 years now. I've been doing stand-up for about a year. So you were at the Idiot Box one night, and I just met you then.
Okay. Did I say something mean, or was I kind?
No, you're nice. You're nice.
All right, cool.
Everybody, you were just back from the first season's writer room, I believe.
Oh yeah. So I was in the middle of a dark period.
Yeah.
I was probably talking about the climate and the end of the world. at that
Probably
time.
so, yeah, I
Yes,
think
I was
so.
very. You know science a little bit, right?
Why would you assume that?
Because because you have glasses, you look like you look computer smart.
I do look
and
computer smart.
When I listen to your act, I'm like, that guy's smart. He reads stuff.
I read a long time ago, and whatever stuck. That's it. I don't read anything new or like current, or I don't understand about anything that's going on currently. But like when I was in college and like in high school, I knew everything.
Juice, what was worse for your name, for like as far as when it had the impact on middle school or when OJ went down?
Definitely middle school, because
Okay.
like they used to say it at like graduation ceremony. Like they say my whole name, the only kid. They were like Richard Juice Atkins. Like why?
At least they said Richard.
Right.
Yeah.
Would there be like a pause and then people start to do that and they do the
100%.
nickname in their head, and so there's like a little delay, and then they're like, it means Richard. They start to explain it to each other, and then the room starts to murmur of laughter. Is it that kind of how it went?
Definitely. Yeah.
What
That's
juice
a
do you
really
associate
wonderful
with?
type of laughter, by the way. And I hate that it was directed at you and your name, but like when that's happening it's a fucking cool social thing to
Well,
watch.
if I have a third kid, I'm giving it to Juice.
No.
I have
What
to
do you
keep it
mean you
going.
have to?
I have to keep it going.
How long has it been going?
You got to keep the
I'm a
flow
junior.
of juice
You're a
going.
junior.
I'm a junior. Yeah, got to keep it going.
You got to keep the flow of juice. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you have told your dad that he needed to keep it going?
I don't know. I like it. It's not bad. Like it's unique. You know.
I like Juice. Juice is a good name to
Juice
yell.
is a good name.
Yeah.
It is a good name to yell.
When I was a rapper, I went by J.U. Ice. You get it? You know.
Yeah. What do you mean
I
when
like-
you were a rapper? How long were you a rapper for?
Everybody had a rapper stage, like middle school, high school.
That's true.
I did not have a rapper stage. How long did your stage last of rapping?
About 3 years. I got some YouTube videos. You know what I
Yeah?
mean? Yeah, I was out here.
What's the most views?
About 77.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
That's a good number, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's more than this episode of that.
What rhyme was 77?
You know, I don't know.
11.
11. Yeah, it's
11.
just
Going
other
in heaven.
numbers. Do you think making movies is like writing a joke, where it's like you have to make 10 of them before one of them is like people care about? Then you look back and you're like, that's the one that's good.
Yeah,
Not
it
like
is a
joke.
live and learn thing too. I
Right.
mean, because everything's a stepping stone. Like Sea Salt Wind was a short that I did that I lost a sound person 2 days before, couldn't afford to get anyone else, said screw it, I'll make it an ADR and fix it the best I can. And I didn't think the movie was going to be, I don't want to say that great, but it actually came out better than I thought it was going to.
That's cool.
And we ended up getting picked up in a good amount of festivals and got released on Amazon Prime, which was pretty exciting,
Nice.
actually.
So can
Yes.
people can go watch that right
Yeah,
now?
it's a 30-minute short film on Amazon Prime for $1.99, which when it first went on Prime, it was included with Prime. And we made 5 cents for every viewing, which with the $1.99, I think we make 50% of that, so we make $1, you know.
You
But
charge them 70% like they would you.
yeah, exactly. It's like, but basically, you're on Prime. Here's the contract. Do you want to do it? Do you want to do it?
I
Okay,
find
sign
that
it.
to be all of show business.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They hand you this contract that you sign, and you're just like, I stopped reading them because they just hurt my feelings. Like, like other words like into perpetuity for things we haven't even been invented yet. You know what I mean? Now that was back when you're signing shit away, and now the internet exists, and they're like, yeah, we own that now. Remember that thing we had you sign that you couldn't do our thing unless you gave us everything?
Yep.
Ugh,
Damn.
yeah.
What are we doing?
We do it because
As
we
like
love it,
what-
right? We're not. I mean, why do you do it?
Because I can't do anything else. That's the only reason. It's not that I love it. It's not making me.
You don't love it?
It's not making me a ton of money. What are you gonna love something that doesn't make you a lot of money? Come on. I
That's
guess
called
it
a
is.
hobby.
It is. I'm taking it too far. But no, it's. I mean, I don't wake up every morning being like, I love comedy. I'm like, all right, let's try to come up with something else. That's what it is. It's not like. It's just like I got to do it because I don't know what else to do.
Really?
You know, it's not. Like, yeah.
What's option B?
That's what I'm saying.
There is none.
There is not. It's don't wake up next morning. That's what the option B is.
Oh man.
Do you wake up and say like, "Oh, I'm going to write a joke today," or does the joke find you?
Well, I wake up and I'm like, I hope I come up with something today.
Okay.
But like, it's not, and usually it's like, yeah, I'll through the day, even if I like make a small joke, that's enough for me. But like, yeah, I don't like. It's not like I do sit down and like work on it.
Yeah.
And I hope that one day I'll be able to make 75 cents from Amazon or whatever. But like, it's just like
When you say work on it, what do you mean?
I'll sit down and I'll write and I'll like kind of pick things apart and try to rework something or try to like work on a piece or try to like do something that, kind of like teases out a joke idea or like think of a new idea or look at what other people are doing and try to get something from that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not like it's never like I don't wake up like and start doing that and like when I'm in the process of it, I do feel good. I'm not gonna like shit on the whole concept, but it's not like I go to bed every night being like, that was a great day, or I wake up in the morning like, it's going to be a great day. So it's like, all right, we'll just, it feels cool. It
Does
feels
anybody? Does,
I mean, creativity is ultimately frustrating, right?
Yeah.
do you ever wake up with "This is a great day"? Anyone? See, you're not alone. You're not alone.
That's
We
true.
all.
That's
it's-
fair. That's fair.
No, I'm trying to make it feel
Setting
better.
very high expectations.
I love that you directed that question at me.
We kind of all looked right to you.
I know.
Too.
I'm a big poker player.
Okay.
That's what I like to say I am, but I love craps.
Okay.
Craps
like
and
craps.
blackjack.
Yeah, craps is a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
craps is fun. I'm a dealer too, a blackjack dealer.
Oh, nice.
And it
Like
craps-
professionally?
Like,
At a casino party company.
okay.
So I do like private
like
events.
yeah.
How do you work for the company? Know that it's that you know from watching it and dealing that you're winning. You're taking these people's money over and over. You're taking money from people consistently over and over, and then you think, oh, I'm going to go get on that side of it. Like you think you'd learn like
It's
okay.
such a sickness. It's not about money. You're thinking, rational people think like, oh, you gamble to make money. No. I gamble to feel like, oh, fuck! Whatever that is, right? That fucking like, ah! That's all I'm there for. And sometimes I go, ah, oh. And sometimes I go, ah! And it's all chemical.
So while you're dealing, do you get that same like competitive like you want to win, or do you want the people to win?
No, I want them to win and have a good time, and because I'm
tip
more
you.
of an
Tip.
entertainer.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not actually at an actual casino, so it's not like there's no pit boss making sure I'm doing everything
Okay.
right. I'm kind of like, I'm there to make the game fun, so like when they lose, because that's what makes it fun, the risk and stuff.
Right.
But I'm more of an entertainer, so yeah, I want them to win, and then I teach everybody how to play. Craps, nobody knows how to play. So
Right.
I was about to
that's-
say you're at an event, so a lot of people are like, oh, how do I play that?
Yeah, there's a lot of like older women like, I only do the bingo, and, but they love it because craps is great.
Is this
so.
solitaire?
What's the most you lost? One night.
Well, that's kind of like what do you jerk off to? You know? Very personal question. Like of my own money or like
Of your own money. Like you went in there, you went up a little bit, and then you lost it.
No. All total.
All total?
You want to know the all total answer.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I want the time where you lost where you walked out of there like
Yeah. That's the question.
like just like you
Yeah.
just like it was like, oh, what the fuck do I do now?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
literally just lost more than I had. Like what
that
was
was Vegas. I went to Vegas with my friends, and I had $800. Not to gamble with. That's what I had.
Right.
And I was like, I'm gonna go play poker. There was some like $100 tournaments, and then that'll go great, and we'll go from there. And it didn't go great, and then so I was like down $200, and we had our last day, and so I was like, okay, again, a rational person is like, don't gamble at all, just sit at the pool. But my friends were there, we were all
You
playing.
got to win your money back.
Exactly. And then it was all done. I had, I'm bust. And the next day we're leaving, and when I booked the flights, I was thinking, I'm going to want to spend all day Sunday gambling.
Oh yeah.
So I booked the flight. I left Vegas at like 9 p.m. So the whole of Sunday, I go to the airport. This is the really bad part. This was the real loss. I went to the airport with my friends, and I was like, please, guys, I just want to get the fuck out of this fucking city. Like, can you loan me some money and to buy me another ticket so I can just go home now? Like, I'll pay you back. I'm not like, I have jobs and stuff, but all this stuff. And my buddy Rocky, who is, he's pretty well off or whatever. He's doing well. He was like, yeah, of course, man. Here's some money. Go buy a plane ticket. I bought a new plane ticket. I get to the gate. It's all different stuff. And then they look at my ticket and they go, you bought a ticket for tomorrow.
Ooh.
So now I'm down about another $300, and I didn't even gamble. That was just me being a fucking idiot.
Yes.
So now I feel like that was
you doubling down.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's pain. That's a capital
So
L.
that was a rough Vegas trip, but I had fun on Instagram.
Have you been
I
back?
had fun.
Have you been back?
No, I haven't been back there.
So wait, did you come back Monday or did you come back Sunday? Did you?
I can't. No. I went back Sunday night. I stayed that whole day in the airport.
You still had your ticket from the other from the original ticket.
Yeah, I think they were nice, and I traded in for Spirit flight credit. But the flight on Spirit was so fucking awful from Vegas to Chicago. I was like, I'm never flying Spirit again. I just have a credit for a flight that I never wanted to use.
Right. I wonder if you could sell that online for whatever, half price or whatever.
Probably.
I could try.
Get
You like
some money
gambling?
and
Flying with Spirit
put it
sounds
on
like
the
gambling
horses or
too.
Well,
something.
I got that in my bit that gamblers, only Reno gamblers use Spirit. Not Vegas gamblers.
No, there's a bunch of
Where are
us.
you from? What's your family? What's your nationality? Your
Nationality is Indian, but I'm from West Virginia.
Okay. Wow, that must have worked out. That's
good.
That sounds worse than having the name
I'm working
Richard
it
Juice.
out on stage. Yeah, I figured that out. I'm figuring that out on stage, but the realization only hit me during COVID. I was on a mushroom trip, and I was having it was not a good time.
My son's trying to talk me into doing
Yeah,
mushrooms.
you should do them. There's no reason not to.
Yeah?
But
Do
I
a
was on
little
mushroom
bit.
That's
trip.
what he's saying.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I was
He
like,
kind of wants to be there to watch me. What
That's
happens?
weird.
I would
Don't
say
do
that
that.
don't do that.
Well,
You
I
shouldn't
think
do
he
that.
has a fascination with the whole
Also
process.
wants to make sure you're safe.
Yes, he cares about me.
Yeah.
He's-
You'll be-
Well, I
you'll
don't
be
know how
safe.
you feel.
I feel like he's telling me I'm going insane and I need something to reset. He's trying to say,
You remind me a lot
Dad,
of
you
my
need to do
dad.
some dripping. What?
Yeah. He reminds me a lot of my dad, and my dad just bought.
You want him to say that again? You want him to say that?
My dad just bought Delta 8 gummies, and he's been anti-weed this my whole life, right? And
He's
now,
anti-you smoking weed.
Yes, well, it seems like that.
Okay.
Because he can't sleep, blah blah blah. So he bought CBD at first, and then my dad's a British guy. He's from England. And he was talking to me about the CBD, and he was like, "Hey, it's all right. It's just not any bloody fun in it. It's just,
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, well, I guess you could try the Delta 8, but I don't really want to be around you because I don't want you to geek out on it. Because I've heard people get really stoned. And
I got
stuff.
real stoned on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
And
was-
you smoke pot and stuff.
Yeah, it was bad.
And he hasn't smoked pot since 1978 or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was whatever they could get in England, which
Yeah.
God knows what that was.
Right.
Probably.
Just some burnt tea leaves.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm surprised there's not people that are more organic. I wanted natural. So they you know what I mean? Instead of good weed, they want dirt weed with seeds in it.
Well, it's funny
Because I'm really in touch with the earth. And I don't want to put
I,
any chemicals in my body.
Instead of Whole Foods, Whole Campbell's.
Yes.
I'm getting to the age. I went to Denver recently with my friends, and we walked into the dispensary, and all of us now have had times with weed where it's not fun anymore. So we walked into this dispensary, and we told the guy, we were like, we want the worst weed you have.
Yeah.
We want to be able to have fun at this
Dude, for
concert
real.
and not think about how we fucked up our 20s. Enjoy the music. And the guy was like, okay, I gotcha.
And that's funny. That it's so crazy, right? That you can go into a store and they'll be like, those are the weirdest requests I've ever heard, but I got you right here. And where it used to be you just got whatever the kitchen guy had in his Honda. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Let me tell me about your podcast. I'm
It's
very
called
interested in
Fuck You Dad.
it. Is it really?
Yeah.
Does he watch?
I promised
I feel like I want to watch your podcast.
The listeners.
You have a any shit could happen at any moment. Somebody could come, you could come in just wasted as shit after a 3-day bender and be like, let's talk about this. You have more stories from the last 6 months than I have for my entire life.
They're not that exciting. I don't know.
All right, so tell me about your podcast.
I promised that if I ever made any money doing the podcast, I would tell my dad about it. And then we started making money from the Patreon. It's only we only make $100 a month or whatever. But I was like, I guess I got to tell him. And he wasn't that upset. Well, he's so detached from all of it, so he doesn't really bother with it. He came and saw one show earlier this year when I opened for Soder in Raleigh. So it was a sold-out room.
For who?
Dan Soder.
Oh, yeah.
New York comedian.
Yes.
He's in billions.
And so I finally like had my parents come after this was, I mean, I'd moved to Chicago and everything, and they hadn't seen me in years. And my dad finally saw me, and the set went well. I was like, "Oh, Dad, what'd you think?" And he was basically like, "Oh, the headliner was really good." And what do you get paid? Like, how much do you get paid a show? And I was like, "Well, it's only $50 a show, so it's not really about, you know." He's
Right.
like, all right. Keep going. He said, "Keep going." But that from him is like, "Oh, that's great."
Yeah.
How was your show?
It was good.
Okay.
I felt good about it.
Until you talked to him.
Yeah.
It's like you were talking about the contest earlier. It's like it seems like you're happy with your set, but sometimes at the end of a contest, like you have this like, I had a great set, and then the scores come out or whatever, and it changes your whole perception of what you just went through. Like now you feel like you suck. Where literally 30 seconds ago you're like, man, I did so good. I'm so happy with myself, you know. And then your competitiveness of not winning makes you go like, it ruins your night. You know?
That's why. I mean, obviously, a normal show is always the better option.
In theory, yes, but like if you're not the comics wise from the other side, from like Jenny, like the contest. When I would watch Laughing Skull contest, when it was a contest, everybody was sharper and doing their like bam bam, like you can tell they're like, I got to be tight. And when it's not, they're like, you know, they're more willing to not open mic it, but try a little less, like more sloppy.
Loose.
Playful.
Yeah, which is both good and
I've never
not
thought
as
of
tight.
it like that. That is true. People, I mean, as much as comedians say like, "Oh, this is stupid," it does make you like put it like, what is my best set?
Yeah.
And give
The
it a
worst
whirl.
sets I've ever had have been competitions.
Yeah.
Because I like thought about it so much beforehand.
Yeah.
And like even day of being like, okay, let's do this. How do I open? Who am I? How do I open? That type of shit. Whereas like a regular
maddening.
show, I never think about it. And I did the Good Nights one. I might have told some people that. Did the Good Nights one this year. Fucking just awful. So the whole time I realized before it, I was having like an anxiety attack about what to even do. Because I was looking at the crowd. I was like, what are they going to like? How do I present myself? Who am I? How do I do? And I got up and fucking just ate it. It was just so bad.
Yeah.
Too much
It was like I
chatter.
put
Call that chatter.
put too much. Yeah. Then however you called it, I realized whatever that same thing is. I was like, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
Like I would rather bomb like organically than bomb after like really thinking about
The
how
chatter
I'm going
bomb?
to.
Yeah.
I do meditation.
You do?
Yeah. Before any show, I do meditation.
Every show?
Yeah. It's like a YouTube 5-minute meditation.
Yeah.
And I just do it every time. 'Cause
I meditate
get in my
like
head so
in
bad.
life.
Yeah.
Like I do 10 minutes every day. But
I'm
it's
meditating now.
Yeah, but it's like that I've found that helps too. It just kind of like gives you an option to
Can't do it.
calm
I
yourself.
can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
You can do it. You can do it. It's not like people make it out to be some hard. It's like it's not that like whatever you
I've
do
tried
is
the ones
meditation.
without the voices. I've tried the ones with the voices. The like guy going, and now you're relaxing and you're feeling
see,
yourself.
this
and
is-
I go, this dude's a loser.
No, see, this is like, for lack of a better, this is like a very like American concept of meditation, where it's like you have to achieve something or you have to like get to
Correct.
somewhere.
There's a
You
product.
don't need to.
I'm buying.
You don't need like whatever you're doing in 5 minutes of just being like, I'm not going to do anything for 5 minutes. That's meditation.
Yep.
But you have to just do it.
Give me my coins.
That's the only thing.
I want coins.
Yeah, see,
want
that's the
double
thing.
XP.
Everybody
I want
says-
XP,
everyone's like,
I
what did I
want-
get out of it? What did I achieve
Yeah.
out of it? How did it help me? It's like, no, you just got to do it. And like the effects
You
are
realize
subtle.
that's the same thing Nike says. That's
Yeah,
their same
and
marketing.
look how successful they are.
Good point. Now, what's your family's religion?
Hindu.
Okay, there's a lot of meditation in Hinduism.
Yeah, there's like that's the thing. It was like that's kind of why like I was doing yoga before it was cool and like doing meditation. And stuff
Is it
like
cool?
That. It was like, I mean, it's everywhere.
It's trending.
I don't know if it's cool.
It's trending.
Yeah,
It's definitely a trend
definitely
now.
everywhere. But like,
My
yeah.
favorite position in yoga is the downward spiral.
I feel violated that you did that to me.
I feel violated that you almost came out.
They did, because you went, oh, God.
The people that are around him the most
You can hear this.
saw it coming.
I'll point to you and you finish the joke for me.
I actually, My mom sent me a screenshot. We were talking about meditation. She was listening to she was in the screened-in porch. They're both going crazy, dude. They're both losing their minds.
Everybody is right now.
She was in the screened-in porch listening to some like Tibetan healing music on YouTube on her phone. And I was like, "What are you listening to?" And she's like, "It's just good energy. You know, it's just good. It's just we need some good energy." And I was like,
We're manifesting.
Yeah. It's like these are two people who have never taken drugs before. And they both seem high as fuck every day. And she sent me a screenshot of what she was watching, and she was like, "This is what I commented," and I didn't look at it until right now. She commented. So it's a comment on this Tibetan healing YouTube video that says, "To anybody reading this, I pray that whatever you pray," it's in broken English, "I pray that whatever you constantly stressing about gets better. May the dark thoughts, the overthinking, and the doubt exit your mind. May clarity replace confusion, period. And may peace and calmness fill your life." Like, that's just YouTube bullshit comment, right? But my mom replied to it.
Oh, I thought she wrote that.
Yeah,
that's
that's what I was
no. It's like, that's very sweet of her to put that out in the universe.
Yeah, that seems nice.
No, she just replied to it. "Thank you. I truly needed this today. Peace and love to you too." She doesn't understand that it's a robot. It seems my mom is ridiculous. You guys are.
She doesn't understand that it's a robot. It might not be a robot.
I mean, we were convinced
Even
it
if
was
it
your
is a
mom.
robot, does it seem? It
I
seems
don't know.
nice.
It's all bullshit. It's all YouTube comment. She thinks that's that's I don't know.
A real interaction.
What's wrong
Yeah,
with you
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
it's a real interaction?
Nothing. It just
Nick
it's
wants
funny.
to believe that every comment on YouTube is a robot because he just had a
That's
video
true.
that's got
That's-
a lot of bad
that's so
comments.
true. We need to live in the universe where those aren't real. That's where I am.
What was the worst one? What's the one that sticks with you right now?
Oh, he said one that was fucking hilarious.
Yes.
What was it a video of?
Well, it was an episode of my podcast.
Okay.
Somebody came in blackout drunk.
Okay.
Well, we had Nick Mullen on,
Okay.
the Cumtown guy,
Yeah, yeah.
and Kenyon. It's not all his fault.
What's
like
Cumtown?
we had a.
Is it
Is
what,
this-
what it sounds like?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just leave it at that. It's a podcast, bunch of comedians, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Very popular.
now he does the Adam Friedland show, which is good, I guess. I don't know what. It doesn't matter. We're doing an episode with him and my co-host Kenyon. It's not 100% his fault, but because we did the episode, but he shows up. He's blackout drunk. He's been drinking all day.
Yeah.
He said the dead giveaway, dude, was he opened the door to the studio. I've been there for an hour and a half trying to get things ready, getting ready to go. He opens the door up and he looks at me and he knows I know the second he walks in anyway, but he looks at me and he goes, "I only had 3 drinks." And I had a lot of chips.
Is that how the
That makes
podcast
it
started,
better.
or did you have to?
Well, the guy was late, so he sat and drank more beer. And then they showed up and it was just
Fun or chaos?
It was Nick Mullen and Mike Racine, 2 really good comics in New York. So I was just kind of like stressed because I felt like I had to be like dad and
Right.
kind of like navigate this podcast.
It's crazy that you would be the responsible one.
That's
in a
never
thing that's successful. I'm
that's
just
not
sorry.
a good.
You sound like your dad when you're trying to be responsible. Like, come on, laddie. Let's get her done.
What the fuck was that?
Let's get her done. A little bit of my dad came into that. Come on, laddie. Let's get her done. What do you say, buddy?
Let's get her
More
done.
Irish.
Let's get her done. Because you know that accent is fake, the Larry the Cable Guy, because he's from fucking Delaware or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
would be funny if he had like something wrong with his brain and the accent started fucking up and he started doing it in some weird like Irish like fucking get her done.
Yes.
That's what you just did. I just did what you just did.
But you put it in a different context.
Yeah.
Irish tomato. Yeah.
Irish tomato.
But that is now our most viewed video episode by far. It has like 50,000 views, and every day there's like 3 things. The one that really hurt my feelings was one that was just like, you can watching Nick and Mike tell stories to these guys who are just like, bro, my life is so random, makes me want to kill myself. And I was like,
Wow.
the whole
You
point
should
of
send him a list of ways to do that.
trust me, I
Yeah.
typed a comment or I typed a reply to all of these and then I deleted them because
Good for
that's
you.
supposed to be therapeutic. But
Literally, I got that email like, we heard you're a great comic from the people, wherever, and we'd like you to come audition for the show. And I immediately was like, I thank you, but I'm not what you're looking for on the show.
you had that much experience that you were like, I don't even want to spend the
I don't
time
need
to
go
fly
this.
out.
Yes, I've done it.
Just-
before. He was like, "Why wouldn't you want to do that? Is it because you're dirty? We can always work with you." Like, no, I've just seen it enough and done these enough to know that I'm not what you're looking for. And then he was like, "Really? Come on, we have all types of comics.
Yeah.
Send me one of your.
This is how you win.
He literally was like, "Send me one of your faster sets." Like, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
Saying it really fast.
So I
Can
literally
you send us one of your fastest skits, please?
Yeah. I like sent him a video of like me in Afghanistan doing material, and then I sent him like a chunk on the Federal Reserve Bank, and then he got back to me and he was like, "This is really funny, but we think you'd be too smart for the show." Because do you have anything that's a bit dumbed down? He
Yeah.
literally fucking said that about
Wow.
his show.
Wow.
And I was like, well, let me read this exchange aloud on stage. I was sitting in a hotel room with Stuart Huff, and he was like, it was like, it made me so proud that I did that, like with a comic that I also admire, to be like, yeah, I'm not what you're looking for.
Yeah.
To not be, have gotten to that point where it's like, I don't want to beg for the attention, again.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So Tom, TikTok's your new TV? You said that
Basically,
earlier.
yeah. I mean, I watch sports on television, and then
Okay.
I've abandoned caring about the news and all that kind of stuff. I don't really watch
Yeah.
much television anymore, except if I'm watching sports.
Sports.
But I waste an hour a day at least.
An hour a day.
Yeah.
I'm
more than
underestimating.
Yeah, you are underestimating.
Some
It's
days,
like
some
four.
days I don't watch it at all, but I spend time on there. Yeah, like
They did a good job on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, they know.
Thanks, China.
It's taking over. It's taking over, and it bugs me.
it definitely reminds me, like in Amusing Ourselves to Death. It's the
Yeah.
exact
Yep.
example
It's the exact
of that.
thing.
you
Bad.
know?
Yeah.
It's not good for you.
Yeah.
I do think, I hope that like in 20, 30 years, it'll kind of be like cigarettes. Like,
That's a good. It might be. I think I
People
think
will
it
be
is
like-
right now.
Well, like
It is
social
right
media
now.
in whole or
Yeah,
just TikTok?
I think in whole, dude.
yeah,
I think
all of it.
it's
All of it.
all
Social media,
consuming.
the whole
It
thing.
is all consuming.
Yeah.
If only you could get a stoma from social media, then that'd be good PR against it.
What's
You
a
get the
stoma?
stoma thing they got with it. Don't use spray bag. Good word.
Found one of those in the theater once.
A stoma? Mm-hmm. They can come out?
Guy coughed it out during the movie.
Really?
Yeah, we were in there like, what the hell is that thing? Sweep it up after in the movie. The guy went out to get someone with a flashlight.
had a good
Came
time.
in,
Was it like a little
and he
chew
was just
toy
like,
thing? Oh,
Ah.
man.
it was just like,
Oh, he put it back in his throat?
what he was going
Yeah,
to.
he gave it a quick like.
5-second rule. Thank you. 5-second rule.
That's tough.
That is tough.
Did it look like a little chew toy thing? You know, when a dog like chews it out.
It
of the
looked
thing?
like if you cut a teddy bear voice box. out.
Wow.
That's just what it looked like.
And then it just goes like down in his throat or in the.
The gullet.
He took it with him. And was,
Oh, yeah,
he
that's a
was
good
like,
point.
and it was like, okay.
They're taking our jobs.
That gives me like the willies a little bit.
Yeah, I
like,
went and washed
yeah.
my hands for like 10 minutes. I didn't even touch it, but still.
Yeah.
It's a weird
At
game
least you know
of
he's not going to
charades.
talk in the during the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That'd be
I
good.
was thinking about how that person was coughing during the movie so much that
Yeah.
it came out.
That-
but-
yes, that would be a problem if you.
I love the idea of someone like talking during a movie as being, "This sucks."
I'm not going to pay to watch commercials.
Candy corn, underrated, overrated, properly rated.
Underrated.
Underrated,
Properly.
properly.
I think properly. It's not.
It's not for
It's
everyone.
not amazing, but it's
Yeah.
not as bad.
I think
It's
no
the
matter
working
what
man's.
happens, it's overrated.
I
It's
think
just an
say
overrated
underrated.
candy.
I think
yeah.
I underrated it my whole life until 2 years ago. So it's slightly underrated.
Slightly
I
underrated.
think the whole perspective. I hate the question.
All right. Tell me
And I
why.
want to
Gotta say
fight
it like
you.
My
Lewis Black, though.
question:
Yeah.
underrated, overrated, properly rated.
It's all about perspective. If I'm trick or treating and I see it in my fucking thing,
Oh no, thank you.
overrated. If it's in a dish at my grandma's house, underrated.
Great point, Nick.
That
If
really
it's in a
about
dish at my grandma's house,
It
it's
all-
a good fucking snack.
It all fucking. There's a mean there. It all comes to one point.
no.
No.
No, I'm,
Stay
God.
separate, baby.
Yeah,
Come
no,
on,
I'm
man.
with
Stay
you.
separate.
They stay separate. They don't become one big piece
It's
of
like
candy corn.
I'm not saying that,
Oh, that's what I
stupid.
thought you said. I thought you said they molded together into one.
No,
big
I'm
piece of-
saying the experiences overall, it can be underrated or overrated. All experiences have to be taken into consideration, and then you come up with your
All right,
average
fucking
rating.
underrated then.
All right, fair enough. I like how you came on hot. I hate the question.
You did it like Lewis Black. Yeah. I hate
That question is
bullshit, just like the government.
What do you think about the government, Tom?
I didn't get to be dumbest guy in the room today. Did I?
I think you did it.
I did it.
Yeah, you nailed it.